Hi everyone, I'm working on a 2015 Polaris Ranger 570. It needed a front U-joint among other things, but I'm going to explain the front U-joint a little bit. It's all back together now, but I was having a hard time fighting with it, getting it out, and I couldn't find a whole lot of information on it, so I wanted to make a video to try and help the next person. Okay, so I got it up off the ground, jack stands. Okay, so I pulled this front passenger side tire, pulled that off, got that out of the way. And then the next step, let's see if I can set my light here so you can see this roll pin right there. You have to pound that out. So I did that. I had to pound it out with a hammer to punch. If you have an air hammer, that would be best, but I don't. So I got that out. And then you take and slide. You grab hold of this shaft and you slide it to the back as far as you can. And it's supposed to fall down off of this spline shaft, and it wouldn't. So, and I'll show you why. In the rear here, I was bottoming out against the transmission. I was running out of space. It only slid this far, and was this collar, this yoke was hitting here, and I had no more room to slide back. So from there, what I had to do was get underneath the front here. I'll try to show it. Okay. There's 4 bolts. That's a bad angle, but there's 4 bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4 that hold the front differential on. I had to remove those, and actually I had to slide the front differential. I had to slide it forward in order for this yoke to fall off the spline shaft. So once I did that, that was laying down in there. Once I did that, I was able to then pull this forward and get this yoke to fall off of this spline shaft. And at that point, the clutch cover and the clutches were in my way. So I took off the front clutch cover, the clutches, the primary and the secondary. I removed both of those, and the inside clutch cover. At that point, I was able to take this whole drive shaft assembly and slide it back to about back in here. I ran into this, so I couldn't get it. I took this off to attempt to get it out the back. You're supposed to be able to remove it from the back. I couldn't find a route to take. So I slid this back as far as I could then, and actually the drive shaft fell. The front fell. It fell down in front of this cross member. Okay, that's towards the middle of the machine, front and rear. It fell down, angled this way, and I was able to pull that whole drive assembly through the front. And it took me a long time to figure that out. Obviously, I have the skid plate off. I didn't mention that, but it's off. I don't think you can do it with it on. So I pulled that whole assembly forward, and it slid out really nice. But it took me hours to figure this out. And I was reading online. Some guys are able to pull it. They say through the front. You remove that half shaft. I didn't want to do all that. I couldn't get it out the rear. I was able to slide it out that way. So then I replaced my U-joint and it went back in the same way, just the reverse. And it took me a long time to figure that out. A lot of wasted hours. And I found little to no information on it, on how to do it, and no videos. So hopefully this will help somebody. It's a little labor intensive to pull the clutches, and you do need a primary clutch puller, which I have. So once you get all that out of the way, it's pretty easy going. And I got the U-joint. I had it all once I got it out, I had it all back together in like 30 minutes. It was just a matter of figuring out how to do it. And that was my method. So hopefully that'll help somebody. Alrighty, thank you. Have a good day.